G'day, welcome back to another episode of TOGL and a happy new year to you, 2026. Hope you had a great Christmas as well. Well, we had a lot of milestones last year. There's going to be a few more milestones this year too, I'm sure. Plus a few adventures that I've got in mind. I'll keep that as a surprise for later on. But yeah, there's a few things that I want to be getting done this year. Not around the block, but just places to visit and things to do. So yeah, hopefully that'll make for some good video content as well. Anyway, today I've got a couple of friends coming down. And as you can see in the background, I've managed to get a couple of the frames put in, the timber frames built so far. And we're going to attempt to put a couple of windows in. So hopefully that all goes nice and smooth and to plan. And we'll get a few windows in and start to let a bit of light in up in the back part of that shed, because all the back part of the shed now is all totally sealed. I've finished all the flashing around the outside edges and that. So yeah, we want to get those windows in. As soon as we've got some windows, I've also got the laundry door. I don't know, that probably won't be on this video, but I've got a laundry door to put in. That's an external door. As soon as I've got that doorway in, then everything in front of me, which you can't see, but this is the other end, and I haven't even sealed it off yet. I want to get all of that sealed off with the colour bond as well, and then we'll get cracking on getting the timber frames done, windows in and that sort of thing. So we should see some pretty quick progress from this point forwards. I also have finished the covering over the veggie garden as well, so I'll quickly show you guys that now before the guys get here and we get started on these windows. Okay, a bit of a gloomy day today, but we're not expecting rain. At least it keeps it a little bit cooler. Well, you know, not that we get exceptionally hot here. But anyway, let's have a look at the veggie patch. Might do a quick run through as well. So yeah, all the wire is now over the top, which is really good. All sealed up. And got to keep an eye out for snakes too. The snakes have started coming out. The weather's getting a bit warmer, so I've got to be careful of that. Seen a few already. So we've got this wire all the way along. And what I've done too is this fine mesh wire, it comes down to about there, and then I've got some of the thicker chicken wire down here. Eventually I'll get some more of this thinner wire, the smaller gauge wire, and put it right across the bottom. So yeah, she is all done. It was a huge effort, but we got there. Let's go and take a look inside. We'll do a quick run through on the progress of everything inside the veggie patch. So I've still got to put a few more posts in here yet. It's not totally finished because it is sagging down with all that weight. So I'm going to run a row of posts right up through here somewhere just to lift that extra bit up, get it above our heads. So quick go through. Peach tree still doing well. Apple tree coming along, nice growth since we've been able to stop the possums eating our trees. The cherries, so our 3 cherry trees are doing really nicely, and we've got cherries in there, cherries over here. They're getting very close to being ripe. Can't wait to try some of those. Our plum tree, there's 4 plums still on here, so that's good. You see we're trying to espargare everything. We had put some sweet potato in that. It's not done real good. A couple more sweet potatoes over here. They look like they'll come along all right. That's good. Asparagus doing well. Artichoke doing well. Pumpkins starting to grow quite well there, which is good. Our corn, Kay grew the corn from seed, like in little pots, transplanted it. It's just starting to get some colour back now, and hopefully they'll take off soon. Some potatoes left over from last year. Potatoes are like weeds, they just sprout up everywhere. Wherever you've had them, they're in the compost as well. If you've had them there once, you'll have them there forever. So these fruit trees are starting to make a comeback now. Again, they got decimated by the possums. Have a quick look over here. Same with the rhubarb. The rhubarb really got chewed apart. This is what the possums did. They just completely destroy all the leaves. But we've got new leaves coming back, which is great. potatoes and some of last year's carrot in there that we're going to let go to seed. Passion fruit's coming back really well, which is fantastic. And our little plastic polytunnel that we put up, you can see everything's going really well in there. We've got tomatoes, capsicums, zucchinis. Everything's just taking off really well. And this is our potato bed for this year. So potatoes are coming along all right. And what else have we got down here? Let's go for a quick look. The raspberries, yeah, we've started to get a couple of raspberries already. We think this year what we're going to do is at the end of the season pull all the raspberry canes out, give this a really good weed, turn it over, more nutrient in there, compost, and then plant the canes back in. Our black currants and red currants, these are the black currants, and there's a few on there. They still need to ripen up, obviously. The red currants are coming along. So we've got some red currants over here. And these little red currants, they are delicious. Love red currants. That's lemon balm and lemon verbena. Sun artichokes. And beans. Kay's put beans in there. They're coming up really well. What else we got now? The grapes. So these are our eating grapes, and this is the third season, and would you look at that, we've actually got some little bunches of grapes coming up. So hopefully we might get to try some grapes this year. There's a few more on there too. So red grape and green grape. I've been a bit disappointed with the growth rate of these grapevines. They're really slow growing. I've had other friends that have got grapes that grow way faster, but they're getting there. This is our kiwi fruit. Plant's doing great. I think this is their second or third summer as well, but we've not seen a single flower on either plant. They were grown from seed. Now whether, you would think both male and female would have flowers. They need it for pollination, so I'm not sure whether we've got a male or a female plant, but you'd think there'd be some flowers. The feijoa's finally getting some new growth. I've thinned out the fig, so it's growing nicely. Lots of new growth on that. These are our little gooseberry. It got decimated by the possums, but we do have a couple of little fruit on there. So we'll get to just snack on a couple this year, which is good again. This is one of the little oranges. Got some little blossom. We might get an orange or two. Yeah, that's pretty much everything up through here. We'll leave it at that for now. All right, first thing we've got to do for this window is take some of these panels off. So we've just measured on the inside to where the window is. We'll measure across, work out which panels have to come across. That must be about there. So, it's all right. So that panel's the first panel that needs to come off. About 350, 360, which is that panel there. So that panel as well. Which one? This one here. It's funny what you think. You picked up a rock and my first thought was score it. I'm thinking, you know, to mark something, don't scratch it. I knew you wouldn't, but it's funny how the mind works. Alrighty, so that one comes off right down to this one here. Keep them in order. Yep.
I did about 10 hours on the excavator yesterday.
Oh yeah, cool. You hit more stumps out?
Yeah, I did about 12 or 13 yesterday.
Yeah, thanks.
So.
Nice. Okay, so those three should be it. Now, what I think I've got to do is fold this in under that brace. So I've probably got to like cut like that. So from the inside I'll have to go and cut, leaving a flap.
This brace is going to be cut out though, isn't it?
Hey?
This brace will be cut out.
That brace will be cut out, yeah. So it'll be up at wherever that, I can't feel it, but yeah.
So this brace will be cut over this one, right?
Yeah, I reckon.
Okay.
And then here, I'll give it a bit extra anyway. Let there be light. Yeah, alright. And then I can just cut at an angle like that.
Straight up. Yeah, it won't matter either way, will it?
Yeah, at an angle it'll allow for that to wrap in and that to wrap in.
Yeah.
Well, things didn't go quite to plan with the window because we realised that in cutting through this beam here, we really need to brace up. So what that means is I need some C-channel that I can put on this girt. I'll fix it to this girt, run it up past this one where it's cut off and join up to the next one. And that'll keep this piece nice and strong, and I need to do that on both sides. Now I'm going to have to do that for every window basically, where I need to cut through one of these. So I've been down to Bernie Plumbing Supplies and spoken with them. They actually do tin as well, colour bond and guttering fascias, and they custom make stuff. So I was able to get it because I need it to be 120 wide because these are 120 deep. And then also on the ends, I'll need some 75 deep. So anyway, I've ordered that. When that comes through, I can get on with those windows. Now, that being said, we did change tactic. There was a window that fits perfectly between two girts, so we didn't need the side stays. So we put that in, and honestly, it was probably the hardest window we could have chosen to do first. So, this is the window. There is a girt right there, you can see the row of screws. There's a girt just above it, you can see the row of screws there too. Well, maybe you can see the row of screws. Now, the reason this one was so hard is because it fits within one panel of tin. Now most of those windows, as you saw on that other one, I had to take a couple of panels off, and that's easy because you just cut one to the right length to go up in underneath, cut the other panel to go in on the top, and it's easy to fit around. I've got the edge of a panel there and the edge of a panel there. So what it meant was I had to cut a C shape out for that window to go in. Now the other hard part, those sun's in my eyes, the other hard part is that this panel goes all the way to the highest part of the roof, so it's 6 meters tall. Not like I could just take the panel off. So we did a lot of mucking around. Unscrewed all the bottom part and up to the next row up there so that we could pull it out a little bit. The problem is that this needs to fit inside the framework, and then we couldn't then slide the tin across onto it, so we had to try and get it into the tin because the tin actually goes up into channels on the sides here. So we couldn't slide the tin in. If we tried to slide this into the window into the tin and then push it back into the frame, that wasn't working. It was a whole drama. It took us most of the day to get that window fitted, and that was probably 80% talking and discussing ideas and 20% working, but we got it in finally. It doesn't look too bad. Let's look at it from the inside. Well, that's a bit better. The sun's not in my eyes now. But yeah, so we built the timber frame. This fits in beautifully. These windows came with this wide timber, the white timber, which is a wide frame that fits around it. They were made custom made to fit for the depth, which is the girt plus the timber frame. So that all works out well. So no, she's in. It's a wind out window, and I'm pretty pleased with how it works. And I had Tim and Pete come and help me with that. But yeah, so that window's in. Probably, like I said, the hardest one. So now, as soon as I get that C channel, I can get working with the others. In the interim, there are things I need to do. I need to get the side laundry door put in so that I can close off the end. In the centre of the screen is one of the native water hens on the block. The locals call them turbo chooks. They look a bit like a chicken and they run very fast. There it is. Now they have made a nest in our little dam. Just in the bottom left of the screen there. So I thought I'd get the game trail camera, set it up on the post right at water level, the post of the jetty, and capture them coming, but I missed them all with that. Luckily, I did get down there one evening with my camera. I was able to zoom in. Here comes mama hen with her little babies. It's amazing that without webbed feet, these little guys can swim. So they spend the night on the nest where they're safe. Then they go out, forage for the day, walk all over the block, and then come back of an evening. That's mama telling dad, who's hiding over the back somewhere, that we're all safe on the nest. So the male will just hang about on the fringes, just there ready to protect if need be. And that was him answering back. One of the little ones pokes its head out from under mum's wing to have a bit of a look around. And then as Kay and I approached the camera to pack it up, they've obviously heard us coming and they've all bolted. Ducks. Yeah. And if you watch over in the right hand corner, you'll see Dad pop out from the fern there and go and join them. Oh, Chook just took off. Well, in my post that I put up explaining that I didn't have a video for last week, I did allude to the fact that I had an announcement that I was going to make. And what that is that next week's video won't be at 3 o'clock. It'll be a little bit later, and it won't actually be a video per se. It's going to be a live feed. I'm going to have a crack at one of the live feeds that people do, or a live stream. And what that means is that you guys will be able to tune in, be on a phone or something that you can actually type messages, and you'll be able to type messages to me in real time, live, and ask me questions. And it'll just be a little bit more interactive. So I'm going to set up, I've got internet now down where the house is being built, which is also right beside the veggie patch, just like it's that area. So I'm going to set up down there, and yeah, I'm going to have a crack at live stream, and it'll be really good to actually answer some questions and chat with you guys. And yeah, I might be able to show you some stuff. If there's a question about the house or the veggie gardens or something, we can do a bit of a walk around. So we're just going to see how that goes. But yeah, I'm going to have a crack at a live stream. So yeah, I will announce the times of that. If not on the bottom of the screen, it'll be in the post saying when that live stream is going to be. But it'll probably be more like 7-ish instead of 3. And still on the Friday, so there you go, you've pretty much got the time there. So anyway, if you want to jump onto that live stream and type me a message and ask me a question, well, that's the time to do it. Now this year I'm hoping to get a few more recreational type things done. I want to get out and about a bit more. You know, the house is getting built now, that's great. It'll be done, it'll be finished this year. I'd like to have it finished by winter. But I need to be enjoying myself a little bit more too, and you know, taking some time to myself and doing things. So I love the outdoors, I love camping, fishing, hiking, kayaking, hunting, all that sort of stuff. So I'm planning on trying to bring you a little bit more of that sort of thing. Now, it was my birthday late last year, and basically I requested as some of my presents some hiking gear, so that I can go out hiking and camping gear. I want to go out and do a few little overnighter hikes and that sort of thing. There's some amazing trails around Tassie, and yeah, I just want to get out and explore a little bit more. So what have I got right there? Some of the stuff. And what am I doing out here in the paddock? Let me show you. So at the moment it's about, I think it's about 8:45. It doesn't really get dark until like 10:30 at the moment. It's crazy. But what we have is sleeping bag, rated to -8 degrees below 0 Celsius. So really nice, gonna keep me warm, because trust me, it gets cold overnight. And this weighs 1.7 kilos, so nice and light. Now what I've also got in here is an airbed. Got to be comfortable. I'm getting older now. This is a Airlight 5.5 insulated, and it is in weight. It's on here somewhere. 600 grams. Awesome. I want everything to be light. I don't want to be carrying heaps and heaps of weight. My tent. And my tent's weight is 2 kilos. So all up for my tent, my sleeping bag, my airbed, and my cooking kit. So it's like one of those little, well, it's called an ultralight hiking stove, like a jet boil. That's what I was thinking of. It's like a jet boil. So I've got one of these, and this weighs 600 grams. So that'll be for my cooking. And I've got a couple of extra little gas cylinders. Now, in addition to that stuff, so you know, all that there, that's about 5 kilos worth of gear, which is fantastic. Now, also, I've got a bladder for carrying water. I've also got what's called a life straw bottle. So with this, I can basically go up to any creek or any water source, scoop it up, pop that in, drink through the straw. It filters everything out, so I'm not going to get sick. Which is great, because it means I don't have to carry huge amounts of water when I go out. As long as I know I'm going to pass water sources, creeks and streams and that sort of thing, then I don't need to carry huge amounts of water, which is great, because every litre of water is another kilo. So that's 1.5 litres, so 1.5 kilos plus the water bottle. And hopefully I shouldn't need to carry more than that. Tasmania, the areas I'm going to be hiking and stuff, there's water, there's creeks everywhere, so it should be fine. Most importantly, a first aid kit, and I'm going to get a snake tourniquet as well, and it's like a snake bandage and a tourniquet, sorry, so I'll be getting both of those things. before I start heading out bush, because we've got a lot of tiger snakes. Little knife, fork, spoon set, plastic, probably weighs 2 grams, like super light. So anyway, that's some of my gear. Now, what am I doing out here in the paddock tonight? Well, I want to give it a run and see how it is. So I'm literally probably 80 meters from the house. Chickens are just there. I've just got a little flat spot here, and I'm just going to set this up for the night and sleep in it, see how it feels. If all goes well, in coming weeks, I'm going to hike down to the river, and I'll probably do a night or two camping down by the river, and then go further afield from there. But anyway, yeah, lots that I want to do, and lots of exciting stuff that you guys are going to get to see. So, but the big announcement was next week, live stream. Alrighty, I'm also going to have some friends and family coming at certain times of the year as well. Oh, and the other big announcement, I'm going to be up in Canberra in May. So I've got lots of friends and family up in Canberra, so I'm looking forward to catching up with as many of you as I can while I'm up there. What I'll probably do is just pick a venue, a pub or something in Civic, and say, right, this day, this time, if you want to come and catch up and have a beer, come and catch up. And hopefully that way I can just sort of catch up with as many people as possible. Predominantly we're up there to see my daughter, granddaughter, and my family as well, obviously the rest of the family, but I would love to catch up with as many people as I can. Anyway, let's get this tent set up. That was pretty straightforward, so let's get some stuff in there. So this is the airbed, right there. And it's designed that you can fill it up with this bag. Now I'm going to give this a crack and we'll see how successful I am at it. Straighten out. There we go. Quite a good length airbed. Okay, so apparently you undo that clip there and you undo this clip here on the bag, put that into there, squeeze that in so that they're joined like this, and then should be inflating this bag. Just like, supposed to do it like that, I think, and then just squeeze all the air in. And it's supposed to squeeze from one to the other. Well, if you haven't got a kink in it. There we go. Takes a little bit of force because there's a one-way valve in it. You don't want the air flowing back. Makes a bit of noise. It's like bagpipes. Inflate this again. Beats blowing it up the old-fashioned way. A few more of these and it should be done. And now, before it gets any darker, I want to give this little camp cooker a go. I'm just going to boil up some water and make a coffee before I go to bed. Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos that can drink coffee right before bed and still fall straight asleep. It's not a bad looking little kit. Get all this unpacked and we'll get some water boiling. Okay, all set up, and get some water in there. That sits on there, like that. And then we just got to turn it on. And there's a little igniter in there that I've got to work out how it goes. Let's look at that. There's the igniter button. Oh, there it is. It's over that side. I see. So if we just go, aha, like that. That can go on there. No, I don't like that being on there. I think that should come off for the heating part, but I will read more about that later. But I really don't think that neoprene should be on that whilst heating. And another thing I'll probably do is, that's a pretty big cup, so I probably need to bring a little plastic cup with me for on the trips and that, just for mixing up the coffee in. Anyway, I'm going to drink this and then I'm going to jump into bed. Well, that only took about a minute or so to boil, which is really good because it means I won't use a lot of gas either. And the reason I decided this first little test to be right beside the house, well, I realised I should be bringing a cup, so I wasn't sure if there was a little cup packed inside the cooker, the same as, you know, with a thermos and that, you'll get a little cup. So anyway, there's not, it's just sort of like the boiler. And rather than make that dirty, you could drink out of it if you wanted to, but won't make it dirty. I'll get a cup, but I'll get a little plastic mug at some point, and I'll take that out with me. But yeah, no, she works pretty damn good. It's actually a little bit darker than what it looks on the camera. The camera can pick up a little bit more light, but And I just spilled me water over. They do actually give you, it's like a little fold out stand that you can sit it on. It must be heat proof. I've got to read the instructions. Yeah, I know, read the instructions. Anyway, by the time I finish this, it should be getting pretty dark, and it'll be, as I said, time for me to jump into bed, and we'll see how comfy this sleeping bag and air mattress is. Now, I've got my own pillow tonight, but I will have to look into getting like an inflatable pillow, which is, you know, just a plastic bag really that you can blow up, and that way again, ultralight. I don't want to be carrying anything that takes up a lot of space or weighs a lot. That's good. Well, I'm just going to enjoy this and enjoy the last few minutes of light and crawl into that sleeping bag. Well, it's a beautiful, peaceful morning this morning, and I've got to say it was probably a bit of an uncomfortable night actually. I've got to get used to this camping in the tent again. What I need to do is make sure I've got flat ground, like dead level flat ground. There's only the slightest rise here, but I find that the sleeping bag tends to slide on that air mat, so I was continually sliding off. Not the most comfortable night, so I'll try again, make sure that the ground is really level, and I think we'll have better luck. But other than that, like, the sleeping bag was so warm, it's really nice, so that was good. Not that it was an overly cold night, it's a bit cool, but yeah. Anyway, it was a good first attempt, and I'm looking forward to having another crack again in a couple of days' time. So yesterday I started working on getting this laundry door in. Kay and I were down here, we got this all sorted. Now, the great part about the door is just a standard door, 820 wide, 820 mil wide. And you buy these frames, these metal frames. Now, these metal frames are basically a C-channel. So what I was able to do was cut the girts, and thankfully this C-channel, the outside edge was the same as my sides, so I had to trim just a little bit off the edge, but I was able to slide each girt into the C-channel of this, fix it into place, and now we'll be able to fit a door. Now that I've got a doorway to go in and out of, it means I can completely close up the other end of the shed, and that's what I'm going to do today. But I think we've been filming for long enough. This video is over half an hour long now, and I want to get it out to you. So I'd just like to say thanks very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Hopefully we're going to crack the 1,000 this year, which would be really nice. We're up over 850 now. So that's really good. It's coming along well. Not that it's about getting the subscriptions. I'm just putting this content together for you guys so that you guys can keep track of what we're doing, and you might learn something along the way. All right. Do not forget, next Friday it's going to be the live stream. I hope that all works really well, because I'm really looking forward to having a chat with some of you and answering some questions. So again, that's going to be 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So just look up what the times are in Hobart, Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra. That'll tell you what time it is for us if you're coordinating from other parts of the country or even other parts of the world. And that'll be next Friday, which I believe is the 16th. All right, so I'll see you guys then. Until next Friday, stay safe, take care. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys then. Cheers. How's this for a sunset? My God. Even the camera doesn't do it justice. Might even get some rain tonight. It's very spectacular.